Hey guys, Scottish Football here, back with another video, and today's video is today's video is players that should be given a chance to play for England. So I'm basically going to give you some players here who I think should be in the England national team. So I've screenshotted all of these photos, and I'm going to go and edit in iMovie later on. I'll really suggest iMovie to anyone because you can do anything you want on iMovie, which is actually really good. So, obviously, I'm not going to give you players from the Premier League and give you some from the Scottish League and Championship. So I hope everyone does enjoy this video. Right, let's get into the video then, and I'll tell you my first player. The first player is Mason Greenwood, the 18-year-old Manchester United player. This season he's got 10 first team goals and 5 Europa League goals, so he's a future England star and future starter at Man United. For obviously when Rashford and Martial leave. So I think he's to get a call up now. He could do a lot better job than Callum Wilson, and I think he's better than Callum Wilson, and possibly better than Abraham, possibly. That's why I've got him as the first player. Right, the next player here is Reece James, the 20-year-old youngster at Chelsea. He often regularly does start in the first team at Chelsea. He's really quick, he doesn't score very often. My defenders aren't really meant to score very often, but he's very pacey and quick, which is also something that you always like to see. So, right, let me get right onto the next player, which is Conor Cody, the captain of Wolves. Honestly, as a defender, I don't think he scored a goal this season, but honestly, it's not about scoring goals for a defender, really. It's about he's got good defending stats. He has. He's a leader. He'll be a leader in the team, and he's been up. He starts every single game at Wolves, and he's always tends to be a regular. So I think he would do a good job in the defence, because the defence is where England are lacking. So right on to the next player, which is the 18-year-old youngster, Bukayo Saka. He can play left back, he can play left midfielder, he can play left winger, so he can play all over really. That's something that you want to see in the England team, where you can keep adjusting the players in position, and this one player has got it at his age. So the future star, he's a future star for England. He scored a wonderful goal against Wolves. That was fantastic. Honestly, Arsenal have got a lot of good youth English talent going through, and they're actually really good players. So right on to the next player, which I've got the Sheffield United player called George Baldock. I think he's a right back and defender. He got some pace in him, and he can defend really well as well. I don't think he scores too many goals. I think he got 2 goals this season. I'm not too sure. Let me just have a quick look now. Just going on to George Baldock's stats. Right. Just tapping in the team now. Here we are, George Baldock. I found him. 2 goals this season, and he got pace as well. So obviously that's what England needs. That's what England needs. Right on to the next player, which is another Sheffield United player, which is the captain, Jack O'Connell. Good player he is. I don't think he scored a goal, but he was excellent for them in the Championship, and he's been good this season as well. So everyone doubted Sheffield United at the start of the season. saying their side wasn't Premier League quality, it was all Championship quality. Well, I agree there. Lots of players were in the Championship, but Championship quality, and they've all adapted well in the Premier League. So it's not always about that, is it? So, no, but I think Jack O'Connell could be the answer for England and yours Bulldog. So right on to the next player, which is a striker called Danny Ings of Southampton, who signed permanently for Liverpool. Liverpool whispery they don't get rid of him now, but he's done really well. Ings, honestly, a whispery had Ings at Wolves. He's a good goal scorer. And if Harry Kane's not there and like Sterling and Rashford, you've got a good option on the bench. I think he could do better than Tammy Abraham and Callum Hudson-Odoi. He could. No disrespect to Tammy Abraham, but I think he could do a lot better than him. Ings. He's an underrated striker, Danny Ings, and Gareth Southgate needs to keep a close eye on him. So right on to the next player, which is another striker, Dominic Calvert-Lewin of Everton. Since Carlo Ancelotti has arrived at Everton, he's scored a lot of goals. He did struggle when under the other manager, but he's done quite well. He did quite bad under Marco Silva, but obviously Carlo Ancelotti's got him better, hasn't he? So that's pretty good for him. And you want another goal scorer in the team, someone that could step in for someone like Harry Kane. So right, on to the next player, which is a defender now, Lewis Dunk. He got 3 goals for them this season, I think. Let me have a look. Just going on Brighton's team on the squad. Lewis Dunk. This season, 3 goals, and I think he's been there for his whole career, but he's had one loan move with Bristol City. He scores goals in defence. He's really good at the back. Pretty definitely underrated player, and that's something that probably England need in their squad. Right, the next player I've gone for is another Brighton defender called Adam Webster. He's younger than Lewis Dunk. He came on a transfer from Bristol City. He did. Transfer from Bristol City, and he got 3 goals for them this season. He did quite well in the Championship, and obviously he's adapted well. But I think he could do a good job in the England team, even if he comes in occasionally and not always getting picked. That would be a good option to have. Right, on to the next one, which is West Ham striker that stepped in for the injured Sebastian Haller, called Mikel Antonio. Well, one's only finding him quickly. In the first two games, he didn't adapt too well, but he got 8 goals from the restart, and that's his 10th this season. So that's more goals than Haller. So honestly, I think England could take a close look at him here. I don't know if it will happen, but I think they should go Southgate maybe just have a close look. Look, it might not be something he's looking for, but it's just worth keeping your eye on. Right, the next player I've got here is Craig Dawson. He was excellent at West Brom, and he's done well for them this season at Watford. He might stay at Watford, or he might go. I don't know. He's definitely a Premier League defender. So I think he could play in a bit of both, maybe, just to see which league he prefers. So right on to the next player, which is a player who plays for Glasgow Rangers called James Tavernier. He can play in midfield and on the left and as a left back. He's got lots of quality in that midfield as well, and in defence. So that's something that England could need as well. Give them a bit more quality up front and in defence. Right, and James Tavernier found him here. He got last season, 18 to 19 season, he got 14 goals. And last season just gone, he got 3 goals. So obviously in that one season, he got put in midfield and he's been transferred over to left back. So England should have a close look at him there. Right, on to another player who played for Glasgow Rangers, Ryan Kent, who was signed permanently from Liverpool. 7 goals last season on his loan spell. I think he's only got 7 goals last season on his loan spell. I think he had another loan spell with them before, so obviously Liverpool just let him go now. But I think maybe you won't sign him just yet because he hasn't been at Rangers too long, but I think it's a good shout. Right, on to the next player, which is Abrichi Eze, who plays for Queen's Park Rangers. I think he could be a good player here because he's got goals in him. He plays midfield and he got lots of pace. He can get up front really well. So that's what I like. Right, just finding his stats now. He's been linked with some Premier League clubs where I think he should go and play in the Premier League. Yeah, I think he could go and play in the Premier League. He's young, he's quick, he's got goals about him. So I think he's worth England taking a look at this guy. Right, moving on to the last one of the video. A player here called Matty Cass. He's a right back for Nottingham Forest and been linked with a move to some Premier League clubs. And the team that I've been looking at him the most, Southampton. He's really quick as well and he got goals in him. Well, they haven't gone up this season. They haven't gone up this season, so he might want to leave now. He might say, I've had enough now at Forest in the Championship. I want to push myself and challenge myself. Right, we're at the end of the video, so if you like this video, please remember to give it a like and also do subscribe to the channel if you're really enjoying my videos. Also, I hope everyone is happy with the new editing I've done. And I know you have 2 people recently have commented they're really impressed with my editing. Right, see you then guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Bye.